Okay, so I have a different take about these riots, the insurrection that took place on January 6th. What I'm going to say, instead of calling it a riot, what we had was a bunch of peaceful protesters at the Capitol. Now, the reason why it wasn't a riot or an uprising, an insurrection, because those people actually belong there. You see, they were undocumented senators and undocumented representatives. You know, you have your undocumented citizens. Okay, so these were undocumented senators, undocumented representatives. And because they were undocumented, they had not gone through orientation. Because they had not gone through orientation, they were not totally familiar with all the rules and regulations and protocols. Now, the reason why the undocumented senators and representatives were there to do their peaceful protest is because they had received repeated attacks. What kind of attacks? Denial of service attack. Now, the denial of service wasn't personally to them, but they took it personally. The denial of service was mostly to the Trump campaign and President Donald Trump. What service were they denied? Well, they were looking for a redress of grievances. And the redress of grievances should have been given to him through the court. The campaign went to several courts and they refused to properly adjudicate the cases in the opinion of the undocumented senators and undocumented representatives. Now, we're supposed to be able to get a redress of grievances, right? Well, if court after court after court denies a reasonable redress of grievance, what is left? A peaceful protest. And that's what broke out, and that is what broke out on January 6th. Now, the Democrats, the Dems, are going to use this to do what they do, just gather to themselves more power. So I'm calling on all the political prisoners, the people that were arrested, the undocumented people that were arrested as a result of the mostly peaceful protest on January 6th, I'm calling for all of them to be released immediately. And if you don't want any more of these mostly peaceful protests, don't put up barricades, don't put up barbed wires, don't make Washington, D.C. an occupied zone. What you need to do is have the courts adjudicate the cases. Okay, there's several different states that playing hanky-panky with election laws and rules and regulations. Why not at least adjudicate one of those states and see what happens? Why not do that? And that way, you won't have any more mostly peaceful protests by undocumented senators and representatives. Problem solved. You can take all the barbed wire down. You can send the National Guard home. You can send the soldiers home. And we can get on with life. Maybe not as it was before, but we could get on with life. Thank you. Have a nice day. Goodbye.